This is a how to play of the light air deck. Well, it's a how to play tips and tricks of the light air deck in hexery. This deck has a lot of manipulation in it, so you're manipulating yours and your opponent's card a lot. And this deck often needs a lot fewer resources on the field at one time than others because it has these units, the sharecroppers, which can be used to reactivate your resources, so allowing you to cast big creatures in shorter times. So we can end our turn there. Create a resource there, and cast out one of these, and end our turn. It also has cards like this, which can be used to destroy your opponent's creatures or gain energy. In terms like cards, this one reduces all minions attack by a certain amount. Cast him, and end our turn. Just because we have the 3 sharecroppers in the starting hand, I'll only need the 2. And yes, it is worthwhile taking a hit or 2 here. So as it stands, I've got enough to cast out a fairly strong creature, like this. Of course, when he comes out, all minions attacks are lowered by 1, but since his attack's at least 2, he's still allowed to attack while your opponent's creatures get dropped down to nothing. Another benefit of this deck is, well, yeah, well, basically, like I said, this deck has a lot of manipulation, so it has a few cards that can be cast on your opponent's turn, like Pinpoint Updraft, which unfortunately isn't in my hand at the time, but it can be used to return one of your opponent's creatures or one of your creatures back to their owner's hand, which can be used as either an emergency life-saving thing, like if your minion's about to die during the assigned damage stage, you can use that card to return your minion back to your hand, and if you leave it in your hand till the end of the turn, it'll still survive instead of dying. Or you can use it to remove one of your opponent's big shields or something that it hurts them when they cast it out, like the strong Wraith guy, which you have to discard a card to cast out. You can often really hurt your opponent if you keep sending that back to their hand. Let's see. Pull all that and that. Activate your ability on this. Pull it all again. Activate his ability on the white one. Pull again. And we can cast this out. So yeah, you can cast a 5-cost creature with only 2 resources on the field. So one of the benefits of having the sharecroppers, of course, if they are fairly vulnerable, being 0/1s, but they can, if you can protect them, they work quite well. Unfortunately, our opponent sent out a Tinder Beast, which does 1 damage to all minions upon entering play, which does basically wipe our field of all the sharecroppers. And that, unfortunately, sets us back a bit. So now we actually have to start creating resources. And the thing is, with the Windbringers, their effects do stack, so it's usually not a good idea to have more than 1 on the field at a time, because they'll end up just making all creatures have no attack, and then what happens? You basically sit till someone decks out, and unfortunately the first one to always deck out is you. Unless your opponent has cards that let him draw more. But as of currently, there are few of those. We'll turn him into a resource since we just need the air. Wait. We'll leave these ones readied for now. And send out the Spartan Unicorn, which is one of the light generic 1 or 2 2s. And just pluck away at him with the Angel of Mercy. Because of the lowered attack, you can actually block creatures that you normally wouldn't be able to, and still have your creatures survive. Which does make it harder to kill. Ooh, a Logistician. This is a... When this guy comes onto the field, you can ready 1 resource and 1 minion on your side of the field. Or 1 minion and 1 resource in general. So this one is great for creatures that have exhaust abilities, so you exhaust them to use their ability, then you cast this guy out afterward, and he can ready the guy so you can exhaust him again. So currently there's no point in casting that, so we'll just cast Angel of Mercy, giving us 4 more health. And we'll attack with our other Angel of Mercy, and still slowly pink away at your opponent's life. No, we have enough defensive or offensive power, I suppose, left to defend, and we can block his creature with all 3 of ours, and not only will all our creatures survive, but his won't. Now, instead of casting before the attack step, you can attack first, and then cast, so you can send him out after. Then reactivate them so they can be defenders as well, if necessary. And that was a Earth Scorch, which will destroy any resource, and they took out one of ours. So yeah, we'll cast out our unicorns here. This is Soul Harmony is kind of one of those really iffy cards to have in a deck, because you gain energy equal to the number of light minions in play. So if there are very few in play, it's pretty much just an overcosted nothing. But if you have a lot, it can be very valuable. Like currently, it would give me 5 health if I cast it. Well, I can't cast it currently, but if I did, it would give me 5 health, which could make a big difference. Sometimes holding on to this spell, though, is worthwhile, because especially if you're facing a light deck on your opponent's team, too. Ooh, that was actually a good thing for us, because when we can cast him out again, we gain that 4 energy again. So we will. This is the strongest card in the deck. It's a flying 3/3. It's called the Archangel. But when it enters play, your opponent does gain 4 energy, so it can be one of those iffy cards. You don't want to cast it if you're about to win, because it may delay their fate and give them something they need to win. And I suppose we can just attack with just about everything that has an attack rating. Because, oh, they're not blocking anything. Wow. I guess it's the fact that their creatures have no attack that's messing up the computer's AI. Oh, and they returned another angel back to our hand. I suppose at this point it would be more worthwhile. Yeah, we'll just cast it out again anyway. There's no life cap, as I said in one of my other videos. But you can never have too much life, you know. 1 damage short. And there's no way to destroy your own minions, so you do have to be careful. Or there's no way to kill your minions without using another card, I suppose I should say. So you have to be careful when using the Windbringers, because they can screw over one of your own strategies as well, if you're not careful. So always make sure you pack some sort of card in your deck that can either just send it back to your hand or kill it out. Because if you don't, you will find yourself regretting it.